We start things off with the big title match here. This is Cody versus Gunther with Sami Zayn as a special guest referee. Of course, they touted this as commercial free for the entire first, for the entire, I guess we could say first portion of the match,
Yeah.
ultimately. So very interesting developments here as we will get into. The commentators do mention Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair taking place here in 1981, which was where Cody's dad lost the title to Ric Flair for Flair's very first reign. Kind of, I don't know, bringing it up as like some form of like curse to see whether or not Cody will suffer a similar fate. So early on, Sammy calls things down the middle here. He puts he starts reprimanding Cody for something, and as he's doing it, Gunther takes advantage of it with a big boot, which makes Cody suspicious, I guess, of Sammy. Gunther starts working over Cody's knee. He's applying the figure four, which again allows the commentators to make mention of Flair Dusty. Gunther gets mad at Sammy for what he considered to be a slow 2 count. So at this point, the crossroads is delivered from Cody. But this time, Zayn is able to see Gunther's feet on the ropes, under the ropes, and so he stops the count at 2. For some strange reason, Cody gets mad at this very fair call.
Yeah.
Like Cody's expecting similar treatment as like last time. Hey, the other guy, didn't see the foot on the ropes. How could you? So he kind of like gets into this argument with Zayn. He casually sort of slaps Zayn's hand away as Zayn is trying to motion for something. Zayn then retaliates with a shove at Cody, leading Cody right into Gunther's sleeper hold. Zayn reacts as if he can't believe what he just did here, and now he sort of has this like crisis of judgment about whether or not he should call the submission. Thankfully here though, Cody reaches the rope to break the hold himself. However, Gunther refuses to let go, so Sammy has to get physical in hooking Gunther's nostrils up. Gunther at this point straight up shoves Sami Zayn, then pie faces him. Zayn responds by slapping Gunther. Gunther at this point just decides to kick and powerbomb Sami Zayn. And so Zayn is down. Cody at this point nails a super Cody cutter, the crossroads. The new ref, Adrian Butler, sprints down the ring and makes a 2 count. Gunther, of course, kicks out. Gunther power bombs, delivering a 1 count, 2 count. Zayn comes to and pulls the new ref out of the ring before he can count to 3. At this point, Cody delivers a sunset flip. Gunther is holding onto the ropes to try to stop the sunset flip. Zayn simply comes in, kicks Gunther's hands off the ropes, and then makes the fast count. Cody retains the championship in, well, we could say the first portion of this match. And Cody immediately looks like, he didn't want to win this way. He looks apologetic to Gunther for the bullshit finish. Before I get to your thoughts on this first half, you could say, Neil, let me just finish with some of this here. Aldis comes out. He's mad at Zayn. We go to the Gorilla where Aldis, Gunther, and Zayn are all yelling. Cody storms back out to the ring where he grabs the mic and demands the match be restarted. Meanwhile, back in Gorilla, Gunther is attacking Sami Zayn, and Aldis agrees to reluctantly restart the match. Your thoughts on at least this first half of the main event here?
Well, I think these are 3 of the best performers in WWE's main roster across both brands. So I expected this to be very good, and it was, but the whole match was an angle that was leading to something, and I think we expected that to be the case. I'm not down on it. I really enjoyed Sammy. He started off fist bumping the fans on the way out. I mean, this is what he does nearly every week. He's in his mind, he's the good guy, gives the little wave when he's introduced at the beginning of the match, and for the most part plays it evens as the referee at the beginning. Although one, and this is just a little nitpick that I noticed, was that he was stopping Cody in the corner or on the ropes with the 5 count situation. Like immediately he was sort of charging Cody out of the way, whereas he was giving Gunther the full 5, and that kind of irritated me. I sort of wanted Sammy to be much more obviously neutral in the beginning before, as Way is showing a picture of, before he inevitably would lose his temper, which we all saw coming. But as a match that was an angle, I thought it was well constructed and everybody played their part pretty well.
Yeah, I agree with you, and we're simply commenting on maybe the first half of what we just discussed here. But I also agreed. Like, I also agree with maybe your nitpicks, and I kind of have some of my own where like it certainly felt like they were working extra hard to like create tension and to create animosity in ways that don't necessarily feel like it would occur if this was just a typical match. And I say that like in a moment where Gunther decides to like, I don't know, get riled up so much that he ends up power bombing the referee. You know, like to me, Gunther is the type of wrestler that is so ring smart. He would never jeopardize his own match by possibly getting DQ'd that way, right? So like it felt like they were ramping up that sort of like Gunther aggression towards Sammy like too quickly for it to be for it to feel all that believable. At the same time, I mean, man, I get what they were trying to do, and it worked with this crowd. This crowd was on this entire time, leading to all the stuff in the back. And then we continue here with the restart of the match, where we have Cody versus Gunther again, part 2, now with just WWE official Adrian Butler, no Sami Zayn. So Gunther and Cody immediately exchange sleeper holds. They're back into a corner, and in comes Sami Zayn with the haluva kick, taking Gunther out as Cody moves away. So Gunther at this point is laid out. The match is officially DQ'd at this point. Zayn ends up attacking the referee Adrian Butler, taking the championship. Then he ends up decking Cody in the head with the title, though he acts as if he did not intend to do that right afterwards. So it's now Zayn alone in the ring, or at least like he's the only person standing up in the ring while everybody is laid out. Thanks to him, everybody is chanting Sammy sucks. Zayn leaves the arena looking very angry and frustrated at the situation, and especially at the chorus of boos here from the audience. Of course, he thinking that he is still a good guy and all of this, and that he probably did nothing wrong. So more on this towards the rest of the show, but your thoughts on this second half, Neil?
Again, I was beginning to feel like it felt a little overbooked, but I was happy enough with it because of the caliber of the performers involved here, and the fact that we've had this saga that's been really well built, particularly between Cody and Sammy right before, even before Mania. So in some ways, this sort of feels earned, and we've come used to the fact that Sammy is this guy who starts the evening calm, cool, collected. He's got his ride or die fans, and it's just he gets triggered and loses his mind. So yeah, I mean, look, it was all appropriate for TV in my view, because it's a setup for the PLE. We don't have to wait too long for that, and we're getting to the destination that we want. And I expect it. I expect the spectacle of this 3-way match to be excellent. I hope that it will be. It should be with these three.
Yeah, agreed. I enjoyed all of this. Like I mean, again, I feel like there's a bit of a tendency in these sort of like review shows where like if we talk about something and there's too much that deviates from a pure, clean professional wrestling match finish, there's a tendency to maybe expect us to criticize it and to think it's bad. But I did not feel that way at all. I was tremendously entertained throughout it all. And I thought, like, more importantly, it very effectively built to what is the main event now, a feud between 3 people, not just 2 people versus Cody. It's not just like Zayn versus Cody. It's not just Gunther versus Cody. I thought they made a great effort to make you believe that Zayn and Gunther hate each other just as much as they each may hate Cody at this point. So I thought all of that was really effective. Again, this crowd was up this entire 30 minutes. So I thought it was great what they did.
The month of June on the Post Wrestling Cafe is going to feature 2 editions of Rewind Away. Already in your feeds is a retrospective on the career of Manami Toyota. Plus, we are discussing WWE's WrestleMania 33 event from 2017, highlighted by the return of the Hardys, John Cena gets down on one knee, and Roman Reigns attempts to retire The Undertaker. Plus, we have coverage this month of New Japan's Dominion card. It's an Ask Away mailbag show as we take all of your questions. I will be sitting down to chat about UFC Freedom 250 with Neil Flanagan, and so much more. All of that can be yours at postwrestlingcafe.com.